ain't seen real. I ain't seen real problems since tripping off grades. I just be making up different reasons for my nieces. From my way I pick it up to keep it up, but ain't no thing straight. Cause ain't no reason for this money to stay. Like what you want? What you want? I got Jesus giving money, what you want? I've been sitting and pitching this for a reason to cry. So I'ma say I love you, but keep a look on my eye. Cause I can never really want you less than money or pride. So when I say I really love you, boy, just know it's a lie. Like I ain't mean it. I ain't mean it. I just need another reason for a sickle. Another bag, another season, another description, another feeling. Boy, God, I gave him a lot, but I keep.
Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun. Okay, now drop your bag, sass. I've been here from the start. A little snapback, homie, with a plug in his heart. To these Billy Trump cards.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage here.
You said you did what?
Team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
What was the question you make? I don't know, you're saying something about the court.
To throw is Mendoza. Throwing to start the drive. And Walker with it over the middle. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Marshall. They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercising before this one, and they're paying off.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man. That's Marshall. Breaks a tackle. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up second down.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go.
Left sideline, a dime, and it looks like he's got it. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast.
I just said I didn't think I needed to.
Heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Again, he'll drop to throw. Able to get this one to McBride. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. From the 24 now, here's second and a yard. They run over center with Benson. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Trey Benson, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Panthers are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game.
What do you mean? I just said I didn't.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
No, that was not how the conversation went. The conversation where I said I got it, babe, was to when you said something about me having another game. That was to that conversation. And as far as picking up the controller, that was said when we're having the conversation about the day. Not when you're in the house or I'm sitting and you're just sitting. That is what you're talking about. That is not how that conversation went.
Pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect?
What do you mean I haven't spent no time with that? I've been in the house.
Run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up. We'll soon
What are you
find
talking
out.
about?
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
You just said I haven't spent any time with you. What do you mean I haven't spent any time with
Throwing
you?
is Lewis. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be
Spending time with you by doing what? Like, what are you talking about? We've been in the house. We ain't did nothing. Like, what are you saying? What do you mean I haven't spent time with you today?
Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up.
Spend time with you doing what? I've been with you and beside you all morning. So what is your definition of spending time? Like, what are you talking about?
As he gets this one away.
So what is your definition of spending time?
And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to.
How ain't we? You asked me, what am I doing today? I told you. You said anything else besides that? I said no. So what are you talking about?
You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders,
So
real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right. You love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And here's Marshall. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards.
What a first quarter he's been putting together. He scored the touchdown earlier, and he's in phase right out of the gate. Right now, he's playing with such confidence, he doesn't believe that they have an answer for him no matter what they do on defense. And here's another big play to prove his point.
On 1st down, it's Benson. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Another run here with Benson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Butker's kick here is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, he'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, it's complete.
And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Well, they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Lewis.
There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings.
A great play there with an amazing diving catch.
And the Vikings have got it back to within a score.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go play action here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Back to throw again. And his throw is incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Walker. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A short one here, caught by McBride.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here's 2nd and 8. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. For Marshall, that's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers, and a first down here. Looking to throw. Mendoza. That's complete to Robinson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's 2nd and 7. Running out of the gun here with Benson. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Benson. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 37. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Lewis from the gun on third down. That is caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that will bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. Yeah, man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no chance to see a return on a dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
0 turnovers in this game so far. The trend continues, but barely. Offense lucky that one went out of bounds.
Yeah, they're very fortunate because when a game's going along like this one and neither side has turned the ball over, sometimes that first one can really flip things to their advantage in this type of a game.
Now a play fake here on first down. Finding Walker complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup of 38.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
On the handoff, Benson running right.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. Yes, indeed, that play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I've played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, we call him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
So on fourth down, on comes the Carolina kicker, Harrison Butker. Butker's kick here is good, and they have regained the lead.
So a response there to the touchdown of the opening drive of this third quarter as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down.
The motion man is Tate. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to let one fly for Tate. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, negatives and turn it into positives moving forward.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and a yard. Shotgun snap and a give to Benson.
And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking.
Walker hitting, the ball is out.
And the Vikings, there he goes, right side. Inside the 10. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half. They give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. Point after here coming up. He's got it, and it's now a 21-16 lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome.
Mendoza throwing to start the drive.
Got a man. It's Collins complete.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
A give up the middle with Benson.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
This is Marshall.
And this is going to be a Panthers 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
And I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Walker with a grab, left side. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. That is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. They'll run with Benson. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Marshall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Wan'Dale Robinson. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. They'll try and throw for it. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Finding space at the 40. And he is going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. He's back to throw. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you've often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline to talk over what to do next.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Back to throw. Mendoza. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Marshall. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now a handoff up the middle. Marshall. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And they take a knee.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for Carolina, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.